can participate in this webinar in a more efficient or effective manner. And that is something that you can do by getting clarification or answers to all the questions or queries which you may have. So, the first suggestion that I would want to give to you is you should be asking or seeking clarification to any doubt, any concern, question that you may have. And how can you do that? So, down below, if you look at the buttons which are there, so there's a button which says Q&A. You can use that to ask your question. Now, many times when we are in a public gathering or in a virtual gathering also, we feel a little conscious and we just shy away from asking question. We may feel like what others will think about us. And that is where I would want to suggest that there's an option called anonymous attendee. So if you're also having that kind of thought in your mind, you're feeling conscious, so in that case, you can use that option and you can ask your questions confidently. In fact, even the presenter will not know who has asked this question. So please use this option. And what I'm trying to convey to you, or what I'm trying to suggest you, is that you're spending your valuable time here. So it is crucial that you should get answers to all the questions or all the doubts which are there in your mind. Now, Q&A is the option. You can add your questions in the chat as well. Obviously, there's no technical limitation preventing you from doing that. But a lot of time, what we have seen is members start exchanging information about their business, what they do, from where they are. Those kind of information, they share their introduction, and there's a lot of exchange happening between the participants themselves. So in that case, there is a possibility that your question might get missed out. So that is where I always suggest that if you have a question, please add it in the Q&A, and you should also use the chat capability to interact with other wonderful business owners who are also joining us here today. God knows you may be able to find a buyer or supplier, and it has happened. It is not like I'm just suggesting. In many of our previous sessions, we have noticed that people were able to connect with a potential or a prospective supplier or buyer in these kinds of webinars. So it is also a wonderful networking opportunity, and I always encourage participants to share information about their business so that others can also know that their what you do and what you're offering. All right. Now, because I am sharing this suggestion, so I think that also uh, is sort of a moral responsibility for me to take the initiative. So I'll just take one quick second, and I will very quickly share my contact details or my introduction in the chat, so that if any one of you would like to connect with me, you can do that. And in fact, all the resources or anything that I'm going to suggest in today's session, I will be sharing links of all that in the chat. So I've shared my contact details in the similar fashion. You can also do that. It is not mandatory. I'm just sharing a suggestion. All right. So I think we have given enough time to everyone to settle down. I hope you all can hear me properly. I'm just looking at the meter. It looks okay. So I'm assuming that all of you can hear me properly. In case any one of you is having any challenge in hearing me or seeing the screen, or the screen is not visible, just let me know how do you do that. So you can add that in the chat that I'm having a difficulty, or you can raise your hand. That will be better, because chat, obviously, you can see few members have already started sharing information. So I may miss out. So just raise your hand in case you're having a difficulty. Now, in next few moments, I'm going to start sharing my screen, and we will proceed ahead with today's discussion. I can imagine all of you are very eager to understand how you can create a digital catalog for your export business. Before I do that, one last suggestion, and that is many of you will be joining through, or must be joining through, your mobile devices. And there's absolutely nothing wrong with that. But many times I've seen that participants who are joining through their mobile devices, and when I start sharing my screen, so right now it is okay because I'm just talking to you and you're just looking at my camera. But when I start sharing my screen and they are joining through their mobile device. So a lot of times it has happened in our previous sessions that members were not able to see the screen properly because it was appearing very small. How do you solve for that? So by default, Zoom has this capability that whenever a presenter starts sharing their screen, so it will go full screen, but in case it does not happen, how do you solve for that? So there are two things that you can do. One is you can just rotate your device, hold it in a landscape mode, right? So if you're holding it like this in a portrait mode, just hold it like this. So in a landscape mode, that should solve the problem. If it also does not solve the problem, then you can just join back again. But again, have it in a landscape mode, and that should solve the problem. So I just thought of sharing in case any one of you is going to face this problem, then you have a solution or you know the solution how to take care of it. All right, so this is where I will start sharing my screen and we will proceed ahead. But before I do that, let me welcome you all once again. So, good evening and a warm welcome to all the participants. I'm not sure how many of you had a chance to participate in any of my previous sessions. My name is Adnan. I'm Director SME Commerce Growth at GlobalLinker. My functional or my focus area at GlobalLinker is digital commerce. But in addition to that, I actively work on guiding or educating business owners on how they can use digital to grow their business. And uh, in line with that effort, I had been able to conduct more than 350 such training sessions and webinars in various countries, and I had the wonderful opportunity of sharing my knowledge or sharing some insights with about 12,000 business owners from various countries. So that was a quick introduction about myself. Now, without spending any more time, let's begin. And I'm going to start sharing my screen, and we will understand this process of creating a digital catalog for your export business step by step. And we will go a little granular, or we will understand or will try to attempt to understand everything on a very grassroots level. And many times you may find it a little amusing as well that these are like very, very basic details, but the objective is that everyone who is attending or who is joining us here should be able to understand. So we'll not be using any technical jargons and we'll use as simple language as possible. And I will try my best to explain everything in such a way that all of you can understand it. All right, so within next few seconds, you'll start seeing my screen and we will then proceed ahead with today's discussion. Let me hide it so that it is not obstructing our view. What you're seeing on your screen is Indian Business Portal, and from here we will be commencing our digital catalog creation journey. But before we go there, let's try to get answers to few of the questions. The agenda or the topic that we have all gathered here to discuss and understand is how to create a digital catalog for your export business, right? That is the objective or the agenda for today's webinar or training workshop, whatever you would want to call it. So, how does this fit in? This is a place where you will be showcasing your product and services. If you're an exporter, this is a place you must be, and this is where you should be or must be showcasing your product and services. And this is from where we'll be starting our journey. But I can imagine a lot of business owners, and if I was in your place, I would have also become a little confused with the entire offerings, etc. So, what we'll do is we'll start off with very basic. Firstly, let's try to understand what is a digital catalog. Then we'll understand what are the various components in the overall offering, or I call them popularly islands of opportunities. So, what are the islands of opportunities that you have? And then we will jump on to the process, which is very simple and you'll be able to understand it fairly well. But let's understand firstly the basic thing that we have all come here, that is digital catalog. What is a digital catalog? Now, There are various interpretations of the term digital catalog, but if I have to explain to you in a very simple and a language which anyone can understand, it is a website, but a little more capable website. So it is a website and it is a little more capable. When I say little more capable, what does that mean? So it means the website has a capability not only showcase information about your business, right? So it can showcase information about your business, that this is your business, these are the this is the offerings you have, and then for how long you have been in business, these are the promoters or clients, case studies, etc. All that. So information about your business it can showcase. In addition to that, it can also showcase information about your product or service offering, depending on what you are offering. If you're offering products, in that case, it can showcase information about products. And if you're offering services, in that case, it can showcase information about your services. So that is a digital catalog. Now, this is a little theoretic thing that I've shown or shared with you. So we will quickly switch our screen and we will go to another window, and this is where I've opened few of the digital catalog examples for you so that you can understand this concept of digital catalog. So this is a digital catalog of an exporter that you're seeing on your screen. They are in the manufacturing of these components which are used for these polymer product manufacturing, right? So this is their online store. Now it has information about their business, their company profile, etc. We are not going to the finer details, and it also has information about the products that they are offering. So this is one example, and this is where a prospective buyer or a importer who is interested to do business with them, they can just come here and they can click on send inquiry, right? So this is a example of digital catalog that you are looking at. Now, there are various varieties or various options or types of digital catalogs which are available, and I'll also explain them to you shortly. So, this is one example. Now, I'm going to skip few of the uh, tabs that I have, and I'm quickly jumping into another example that I've opened here in front of you, and this is where if you're looking at, this looks more like a B2C or a D2C website where customers can come and they can review the product and they can place an order. So whereas here, if you look at, and I'll just go back to the product that we were seeing, or we'll just quickly open a product from here, right? So here, even, and let's open a product here. So we'll have two products, and what we'll do is we will just place them side by side. So half of it is here, and this is going to be this one, right? So side by side, you have two different types of digital catalog that you can create. I've deliberately put them side by side so that you can compare and understand. Now, this is the zoom that you're looking at. I will just refresh it so that it right reorients itself to the new size. So this is an example which I was explaining to you earlier. This is where a prospective is coming and they are sending you an inquiry. So this is where, as a business, what are you doing from this digital catalog? What is the objective that you're achieving? So you're generating leads and inquiries digitally for your business, right? So the people or the importers who want to buy these products and they are looking out on the internet, they are looking, searching for it digitally, and most of us do that. So they'll be able to connect with you using this digital catalog. So this is one type of digital catalog that you can create. The other type of digital catalog is this example, wherein a customer is coming. Now, instead of sending an inquiry, which they were doing here, they are coming here and they are placing an order, they are buying the product. So this is the B2C or D2C type of digital catalog, which you can also create. Now, there are two more types of digital catalogs which you can create. So I'll just open that here very quickly. So this is another example, and very quickly I'm opening one of the products. So this is looking something similar to what we are seeing here, but the difference is the buttons are different, and I'm not sure how big it is on your screen, but here we have add to cart and buy now, and here we have send inquiry and add to cart. So this is sort of a hybrid or amalgamation of B2B and B2C. So a retail customer, when they're coming to this digital catalog, they can buy this product, and a bulk customer or a importer, when they are coming here, they can send them an inquiry that, hey, we are interested to buy this product, and then they can connect with them and take the discussion forward, right? So this is the third type of digital catalog that you can create. There's one more, fourth type, and for that we will be switching our screen here, and let's refresh it very quickly so that it can reorient itself. So here, yeah, now I will again very quickly, I'm opening a product, and this is, by the way, a manufacturer of premixes which are used for vending machines. So this is where you can see it looks like a retail example that I was showing you, a B2C or D2C example, which but this is a dual purpose store. So at one end, it is allowing this business to get orders from retail customers who are coming to this website. At the other end, the bulk buyers. So for example, if there is a cafeteria owner that needs these instant mixes for their vending machines, so in that case, they can come here and they can register. So this is where I think I should go full screen, so you'll be able to see this overlay in a better way. So if I'm not already registered with them, I can come here, and from this form I can submit a requisition or a request that I'm interested to get onboarded, and then I would want to buy it in bulk. And once the onboarding or registration is completed, then I can come here and I can log in and I can place an order. So I don't have to call up anyone, or I don't have to wait for the salesperson to visit me to take the order. All that is handled digitally. So very easily I can log in and I can place an order. There is a export there's a utilization of this feature in the export business also. And typically in the trades or industries where there is a possibility that the design or the style might get copied or stolen. So in that case, how this capability helps, that as a exporter, you can create your digital catalog, you can add your latest collection as well, but it will not be visible to the front end. It will not be visible on your website. It is only visible to the people whom you have granted the access, right? So international buyers whom you trust, you can grant them access. They can log in, they can review your latest collections, but anyone who's there, who's coming to your website, they'll not be able to, they'll only be seeing the products, the generic products that you're showing them, right? So this is the fourth type of digital catalog that you can create. So I hope now you have a more clearer understanding about digital catalog. These are websites, and they can serve you any purpose that you would want them to serve, whether you would want to generate inquiries from them, or you would want to receive orders from directly from your customers. It can do all that. It can manage the distribution, or it can have access or access control visibility of the products. All that is possible. All right. So we'll not spend time reviewing the other examples. There are so many examples that I'd opened. This is surgical product manufacturers. This is their digital catalog. This is something that we have seen. This is a tiles manufacturer. This is a carpet or rugs manufacturer. So there are many examples. This is a matchsticks manufacturer. We are looking at their digital catalog, and this is a agri product exporter. We are looking at their digital catalog. So these are few examples I thought of sharing with you, so that you have a better and a clearer understanding about digital catalogs. All right, so now we are back on Indian Business Portal, and before again starting the discussion about how you can create your digital catalog, I will take a moment to explain the islands of opportunities. What are the three islands of opportunities? So digital catalog which you'll be creating for your business is one island. Obviously, we have seen few examples of other businesses who have already done that. So that is one island of opportunity. The other island of opportunity is your profile. So this is your FIEO GlobalLinker profile. And many times people get confused. What is FIEO GlobalLinker? So this is a business networking uh, side of the solution, and this is where you can come and you can connect and network with business owners from about 150 countries. So there are more than 450,000 such businesses from 150 countries, and you can come here and you can easily network with them. So there's a dedicated networking capability available, or you can simply search for the businesses that you're trying to connect, and you can connect and network with them. So this is another island of opportunity which is available to you. The third island of opportunity is something which you have already seen. This is Indian Business Portal, where as an exporter, you must showcase your products so that international buyers who are visiting Indian Business Portal, they can review your products and they can connect with you. All right. So very quickly, we will try to understand about Indian Business Portal. As I mentioned earlier, Indian Business Portal is a trade hub for Indian exporters and foreign buyers to connect uh, with each other. So this is like a bridge which is bridging the gap between you and international buyers. Because if you think logically, what you are trying to do is you are trying to find buyers for your product or offering. At the same time, the buyers are also looking to connect with Indian exporters, right? So this platform is a place where that connection or that matchmaking happens. All right. Now, many people curiously ask me that is there any action happening on Indian Business Portal? And the answer is certainly there is a lot of action happening on Indian Business Portal. There are thousands of exporters who are already part of Indian Business Portal, and international buyers are actively coming here and sharing their leads or connecting directly with exporters. Now, there are two ways in which an international buyer can use Indian Business Portal. One of the method, and which is a more common one, is they can simply go through the navigation, or they can use the search capability, where they also get an option to search by ITCHS code. So they can use this capability and they can search for a exporter. And so, for example, I'll just open one example. So just imagine that this is the product that we are interested in. It is a brass uh, artifact figurine. So this is the exporter who's manufacturing this product. So we can review their information. This is they started their business way back in 1994, and this is where we have their registration details, and we can go to the about section. We can read information about their business, and we can review their entire product catalog. Right. So from an international buyer's perspective, they are just not just looking at the products, but they are also able to understand about that business in a great detail. And once they have done that, once they have understood about that business, obviously they would want to connect with them. Now, how do they connect with them? What are the options available? So there are multiple options available. I'll start from the most popular one, and that is request meeting, which you can see here. So similar to how we are connecting here today, they can also schedule an online meeting with you, and they can share their requirement, and you can understand their requirement in a better way, and then you can take the discussion forward by providing quotation, etc., whatever is the next step. So that is the most popular method, which is or something which is popularly used by international buyers. And then we have contact seller. In case the international buyer is using the contact seller option, in that case you will receive an email, as well as this message will be showcased on your seller panel or on your digital catalogs control panel. And the third option is they will certainly be using this one, and that is visit store, and they can open the online store of the exporter or supplier, and then they can either call you or contact you on the email ID or phone number that you have mentioned on your digital catalog, right? So these are the various methods. So this is one way in which international buyers can connect with you. The other method which is available on Indian Business Portal is post buying requirement. So this is where international buyers can come and they can submit their requirement that this is the product that we are looking at, and then Indian exporters can submit their quotation. So this is the RFQ, request for quotation feature, which is available here, and those requests or quotations are displayed here. So you can review them, you can click on view all, and you can see the latest requests which are there, and we can submit your requisition. So these are the two methods which are available, using which international buyers are connecting with Indian exporters. And still, if you want a further testimonial, then you can simply go down, and that is where we have a resources page. You can open the resources page, and we have a tutorial video available here, or not a tutorial video, it is a testimonial video which is available here, which you can review and understand more about how Indian Business Portal has helped exporters like you in growing their business. All right. So this is where I think we have discussed enough about Indian Business Portal. Still, if there are any doubts or anything which is not very clear to you, we'll discuss that in the Q&A session. All right. Now let's move on, and let's try to understand the process of creating your digital catalog. The first step is to open Indian Business Portal. I'm quickly closing the other tabs. So the first step, as I was sharing with you, the first step is to open Indian Business Portal, which I think you'll do. So once you have opened Indian Business Portal, you will see this option, sell on Indian Business Portal, register as Indian exporter. So don't confuse with this option. This is for international buyer. Register as foreign buyers. You don't have to click here. You have to click on this option, register as Indian exporter, which will open another page. This is the page which opens up. Now on this page, obviously you will be tempted to click on create your catalog or create your catalog. Both of them will take you to the same place, and as they are highlighted in a different color, so it looks obvious, you will be tempted to click on them. But I would request that instead of doing that, you should scroll down, and here in the FAQ section there is a button which you can see is also highlighted in blue color. It is not a button, it is text which says tutorial video. So you click on that and it will open a tutorial video. It is a YouTube video which will open up. Now, if you have time, then I would advise that you should review this video entirely. It will help you understand the entire process, and then you should go about creating your digital catalog. But in case you have a paucity of time, then I would suggest that you should have this video open alongside, right? So just keep it playing alongside, so that any given point of time, if you are confused or you are not clear what you should do, in that case, you can simply refer to this video and it will help you understand the process, or it will help you in creating the digital catalog. All right. So that is something you should do. Now, many people are not very comfortable with English, and this video is in English. So in case you're not very comfortable in English, there is a Hindi version which is also available. How do you get that version? So just go to the description of the video and you will see we have provided a link of the Hindi version. You can click on it and you can access the Hindi version of the video in case you want to review the video. So same video in Hindi and English. All right. So now what we'll do is we'll use this video to understand the next steps. So we'll not be playing this video. Obviously, that will not be a very wise use of your and my time. So we'll just fast forward this video and I will explain the important steps which are there. So this is the first step which I've already explained to you, that you have to go to Indian Business Portal and you have to click on register as Indian exporter. And once you do that, it will take you to this page. This is where I suggested to you that you should scroll down to the FAQ and open the tutorial video. And this is the page. Once you have opened the tutorial video, then you can come here and you can click on create your catalog. Either of the buttons you can click and it will take you to this page. This is where you have to simply enter your first name, last name, email ID, create a password, and then click on agree and continue, which will bring you to the another screen. This is where you have to input your mobile number and then do a OTP verification of your mobile number. After that, you have to input your GST number. This will verify your business and you will be presented as a verified business as a genuine business. Because understand, when we are trying to solve this challenge or this riddle in the digital ecosystem, so there are two parts to this riddle. The first part is the discoverability side. And discoverability side, by creating your digital catalog and then being present on platform like Indian Business Portal, you're solving that riddle to a great extent. However, the credibility part, or the other part of the riddle, is called credibility. So one is discoverability, which you are solving to a great extent by creating your digital catalog and being present on Indian Business Portal. And then you can do additional effort to increase that discoverability so that your business can be discovered digitally. So that is one part of the challenge, or one part of the riddle that you are solving. The other part of the riddle is credibility. Credibility simply means being presented, or other person can perceive you as a trustworthy business, right? Now, for larger organization, obviously they have a lot of brand value and a lot of aura associated with them. Obviously, they are all perceived as trustworthy and genuine businesses. But for MSMEs, that is where you have to present yourself. You have to share your information in such a manner that when the other person is looking at that information, they can get convinced that it is a genuine business. And this is in the same line, when you're adding your GST number, you are verifying yourself, and you'll have a trust mark which helps people understand that it is a genuine business. So it adds to the credibility quotient of your business. All right. So let's move on. The next step is where you have to add your business name, and then you have to specify the legal entity type of your business, and then you have to simply add the location. The other details like state, city, postal code, all will get pre-populated, or based on your input, it will get populated, but these are editable. So in case you feel that the postal code is inaccurate, you can change that, and then click on next, which will bring you to this screen. On this screen, you have to simply select the industry to which you belong, and you can do that either by selecting it from the drop down, or you can start typing in the search bar, which is here, and you'll be able to select the industry. Once you have done that, then it will bring you to this screen. On the screen, you'll see there are a number of business operations. So this is a multi-select field. So for example, if you are a manufacturer and exporter, in that case, you can select both the options, and then you can click on next, which brings you to the screen. So far, again, some time back, I shared with you about islands of opportunities. So if we very quickly circle back and try to connect with those islands of opportunities, so this was one island of opportunity where we had a profile, and we can connect and network with business owners from various countries. So this is something that we have done so far. On all those screens that we saw, this is what we were doing. So that is something which we have done. Now, what we are doing here onwards is we are creating the digital catalogs. So the examples that I showed you earlier. So from here onwards, the process of creating digital catalog starts. Now, here, the very first thing that you have to do in the process of creating digital catalog for your business is to click on Convert Now, which will open an overlay. So there are three overlays which will get opened. This is the first one. And here you have to simply answer three questions. And these are simple questions. What is the main purpose of your online store? Approximately how many products you will be adding to the online store? And would you like to have the minimum order quantity feature or not? So you have to just select the appropriate option and then click on next, which will bring you to the screen. On the screen, there are various templates which are shown on the screen on the overlay, and you are expected to select one of them, whichever one is you are liking. Now, although this is a very, very simple step, and technically when you'll be doing that, you'll be just going through the step in about few seconds, but this where a lot of people get confused. So we'll spend a minute here to understand what are the things which may make you stuck, or what are those psychological thoughts which may confuse you while you're here at this stage when you're going through this journey. The first and the fundamental thing is, what are these templates, right? So these templates are various layouts which are available using which you can showcase your information. But again, I can imagine that it is sounding a little confusing. So what we'll do is very quickly we'll switch our tabs and I'll open a presentation. I had opened it earlier, but mistakenly I had closed it. So I'll just open that very quickly. So this is a presentation, and why am I opening a presentation? This is something which, as business executives, all of us actively use, so we all can easily relate to it. Now, if you're looking at your screen, and I'll very quickly go full screen, so you can see we have this one slide, and it has 5 words: how to create digital catalog, right? And at the moment, the background is green, and the font is in white, and it has some graphics on the side, right? So that is how it is appearing. Now, if I change the theme or the template, these are like terms used interchangeably. So you'll see that the information or the words that we have added, the 5 words, how to create digital catalog, it remain the same. They're the same. There's no change absolutely whatsoever in that. But the way it is presented has changed drastically, right? The background is changed. In fact, the font is changed. Font color is the same, but the way it is presented, it has changed drastically. Similarly, if I change to another one, this is where now the font color is also changed, the background is changed, the graphic is changed. So what I'm trying to explain to you or help you understand that templates or themes are various ways of showcasing the information that you have added to your website. The information that you are adding to your website will remain the same. So if you have added a shoe, it will remain a shoe. But the way it is presented, it will vary depending on which design template or design theme you are using. So these are various layouts which are available, and you can use them as per your requirement. Now, coming to the frequently asked questions or things which may confuse you while you are at this stage. The first question which gets very frequently asked related to this particular screen or this particular step is that if you're choosing a particular design theme at the moment, and sometime down the line, probably a month down the line, we feel that this theme is not showcasing our product or services in a very nice manner. They're not looking very nice. In that case, can we change the design theme? The answer is absolutely yes. You will be able to change the design theme. In fact, you will not believe you will be able to change the design theme in matter of seconds, although you'll have to change banners, etc., which takes time. But technically, changing from one design theme to another design theme is something which you can do in seconds as well. So it is very easy and very simple thing that you can do. Now, related to this point, there is a misconception that many people have, and I would like to clarify that. And the misconception is that, or this is something that I've learned from my experience of interacting with so many business owners. And what I've felt is many business owners have this fascination with the design template. And I'm not saying that it is wrong, that you should not put your interest, or you should not be looking at having the a beautiful looking website. Absolutely not. But don't be over fascinated with it. What I'm intending to say is that I've seen people spending like weeks just trying to find a suitable design theme for their digital catalog. Why am I saying that you should not get over fascinated with it? Because this is something that you'll be changing very soon, and that soon can be next 3 months or 6 months, or at least once in a year. And it is sort of a best practice in this industry that at least once in a year you should be changing your design template. And why should you do that? There are two reasons for that. Technically, the bigger reason is that with the time, there are newer ways of presenting the information that gets evolved, right? So if you look at your smartphones as well, so if you look at a smartphone which is 5 6 years old, the way how the applications open, how the uh, animation is, how the visualization is, all that is not there in a 5-year-old phone, right? So as when you're comparing a latest phone with a 5-year-old phone, similarly in the websites, there are newer and smarter ways of presenting the information, more interactive, more engaging. You will be missing out on all that because your design template is a year old. So that is why it is always recommended that at least once in a year you should be upgrading or changing to a newer design templates. So that is more from the technology front. There is a psychological reason as well, because if your potential buyers or your regular buyers are looking at your website and they are not seeing any change happening, in that case, they may also feel that there's nothing new with this organization. It seems to be stuck. So it also gives a little negative feeling with that. So that is where don't get over fascinated, because this is something that you will be changing any which ways in a year. All right. So that is something I thought of clarifying. Now, we have understood that this is where you have to select any of the template which you are liking. If you don't like it, you can change it at a later stage. And uh, you have to just click on the select button. Now, related to this, there's one more question or concern which gets frequently asked, that how do you select a template? Now, you might be finding it a little funny that what type of question it is, but if you think about it, it is a very, very deep question. How so? Because understand, many of us, and including myself, we are not people with a very creative mindset, or we don't have degrees in graphic designing. So that is where it is a difficult choice or a difficult decision for us to make, because everything is looking nice, right? So it is not a problem of scarcity, but it is a problem of plenty. We have too many options. How do we choose? So for that, there is a little scientific exercise that you can do. One is obviously an option that you can close your eyes and you can put your finger on any of the template and you can select that. That is also something which you can use if you want, but there's a scientific approach also available. What is that scientific approach? So what you have to do is you have to go through this process, and after that, if you deal in product, upload few product. If you deal in services, upload few services. And I'm talking about the actual ones, not the dummy ones, right? You're just uploading a few pieces of information just for the sake of it, your actual product or services. Once you have done that, go to the theme section, apply each theme. It will take you like half an hour or 45 minutes to go through each one of them, but it will help you understand which are the themes that are showcasing information about your product or services in the most beautiful manner. And then you can make that selection. So you'll be able to reduce that choice probably from 20, 30 themes to 5, 6 of them, or 2, 3 of them, and then you can decide which one you would want to use the first, right? So that is something which will also help you overcome this problem of plenty. All right. So again, very quickly on this stage, what are you expected to do? Review the templates, whichever one you are liking, just select them and then move to the next step. On the next step, you will see there are two fields available. One is store name, or which says store name, and that is where you'll see your company name is already populated. So you are only expected to check that, and if it is all right, then all good. You don't have to do anything with that. So I'm referring to this field. This is where you will see your business name is written, so you have to just review it, and if it is all good, you can just move to the next step or next field, which is store URL. So by the way, this is where you have to just ensure that your business name is displayed. However, if you are someone who's dealing in popular brand, in that case you have to mention the name of your brand if you're dealing in a popular brand. Then you have store URL. So again, we'll start with the granular level or a fundamental level. What is a store URL? So store URL is something we type on the browser to open a website. For example, to open Indian Business Portal, we typed indianbusinessportal.in. Or a more common example is Google. To open Google's website, we type google.com. Similarly, tomorrow, if someone has to open your digital catalog, what should they be typing? That is what we are defining here, or we are trying to define here. So this box may be blank, or it may have some code written here. So if it is entirely blank, very good, you don't have to do anything. But if it is written here, or I didn't mean to say you don't have to do anything. I mean to say you don't have to delete anything. But if there's a code written there, like you can see on the screen, there is a code written there. Delete that code and then type your business name without spaces or any special character. So don't add at the rate, hashtag, etc. No special character, only alphabet and numbers are allowed. And the maximum limit of the characters is 25, right? So maximum is 25. So within 25 characters, just type in your business name, right? So that is what you're expected to do here. I'm repeating it once again. So you have to type your business name. In case there is a code written there, just delete that and then type your business name. You have to just ensure that it has alphabets, don't add any space. So your business name without any space, and don't add any special characters. So it will be only alphabets or numbers. In case your business name has numbers, you can include numbers as well. And then you can click on create your store. But this is where, again, there are few commonly asked questions or common doubts or misconceptions which people have. So I'll try to answer them. One is they people ask me, what is this .linker.store? So this is where we are providing our subdomain to our users absolutely free of cost. So linker.store is our subdomain. Now it leads to another question or doubt in the mind, that why are we doing that? Why are we providing this subdomain to you absolutely free of cost, and you can use it for as long period as you want? Why are we doing that? What is our intention behind doing that? Our objective, or the purpose of providing our subdomain to our participants, is to make this journey as convenient as possible. Understand, many of the users or many of the participants who are going through this journey, it is not like they create websites every other day. So they are doing it for the very first time. And obviously, the way we are all, or most of us are brought up, the moment we hear the term website or the anything related to technology, we have this feeling that it is technical. It may require coding knowledge, or it may require technical knowledge. And that is where we tend to start getting stressed, right? So it is like driving your car for the very first time. Even though you know driving and you believe that it is easy to drive, but still you'll be stressed, right? So similar to that, when the participants or members are going through the journey, they are already stressed. Now, they're already little stressed. And if we ask them to point their domain to our servers or implement an SSL, that will be overwhelming for them. And many of them will just not move ahead, because they will feel that it is very technical and will not be able to do that. So to make this journey as convenient as possible, that is where we are providing our subdomain to all the participants or all the users, and they can use it for as long period as they want. I've already said that multiple times, but it is for your convenience. However, we are not forcing anyone to use our subdomain. It is only for your convenience. While you're building it, you can use it. Or if you're not finding yourself very tech savvy, and you're not sure whether it where it will be how it will be beneficial, and you want to test it out, you want to test the water, in that case you can just use linker.store and see how it is benefiting. And at a later stage, when you're feeling more confident, that is where you can take it live on your own domain as well. Now, many participants might be getting confused. What is the domain thing that he is saying? So let's understand that with an example. So here, let's understand from here. So this particular digital catalog is, if you look at the URL, it is makhariaelectricalexports.com. Or if we are looking at this one, this is surgicalshop.com, this is milk.com, and this is Ginix India, right? So they have taken it live on their own domain. So if we are typing Ginix India, that is where this digital catalog is getting opened. However, there are businesses that have decided to, yeah. So this is one example where a business has decided to continue to use linker.store. They haven't taken it live on their own domain. They are using linker.store. So this is uh, Apex Industries, Apex Industries.linker.store. So it is entirely your decision. If you are feeling comfortable to take it live on your own domain, you can do that. In fact, we will help you in doing that because it is little technical, to be very honest with you, and many of you might get stuck. So no worries, you can feel free to connect with us, and one of our colleague will help and guide you. However, there is no pressure whatsoever that you should take it live on your own domain. You can continue to use our subdomain for as long period as you want, and whenever you're feeling comfortable or whenever you're feeling more confident to take it live on your own domain, you can do that, right? So I think the domain part is clear. Now we will move to the next step. You have to click on create your store, and that is where we have completed uh, three steps in creating our store. There is one more step, and that is we have to add one product. So we have to click on this store setup button that you're seeing here. It will expand and it will show you there's one more step that you have to do, and that is you have to upload one product, which will open the screen, and you can upload the products by filling the information on this form. Now, many users or participants have previously asked this question curiously, that we have a fairly large catalog. We have hundreds or thousands of products. In that case, if you are going by this method which you're seeing on showing on the screen, in that case, it will take a very, very long time to add or upload our entire catalog. In that case, is there a bulk option available wherein we can just feed in information into an Excel file, and it can help us upload all our products quickly? The option is certainly available. In fact, in the video as well, we have explained to you from where you can access that option. In this video, we have explained the process, the uh, wherein you can upload one product at a time and by feeding in the information onto the screen. Now, this process is captured in the video in a great detail, so we'll not be spending our time and energy there. But I will just talk about 2 points which are relevant or which are important, and I feel you may have questions related to them when you are creating your digital catalog. The first point is about the GI product, or the first option that we are seeing on the top of the screen. What is a GI product? So GI product is geographic indication of India. These are the specialty products of a particular location. For example, oranges from Nagpur, or strawberries from Mahabaleshwar, or mm, petha from Agra, or tea from Darjeeling, right? So products which are either manufactured or cultivated in a particular location. Or Banarsi sari is another example of GI product. Now, if you are someone who is dealing in GI products, in that case, you can tick on this option. And the moment you'll do that, it will reveal these two drop downs, GI category and subcategory. You can select the relevant GI category and the relevant subcategory. And after that, you have to upload the GI certificate. Yes, without adding a GI certificate, you cannot specify your product as a GI product. So you have to upload your GI certificate. And if you're someone who's not dealing in GI products, you can just not tick on it. You can just leave it. The next item on about which I would want to explain to you are these categories and subcategories which are seeing here on the top of the screen, category and subcategory. What are these? Firstly, these are not displayed on the front end of your digital catalog. In navigation is displayed on the front end. So if I'm explaining you, so these products and all these drop downs, these are called navigation, but what you're specifying here is not used for displaying here. These are drop downs which help you specify in which category or subcategory your product has to be displayed. I can imagine you might be getting confused. So let's switch the screen and we will quickly go to Indian Business Portal. So here you can see there is a very large categorization or navigation which is available here. This is a fairly large, and when I say fairly large, it includes about 4,500 navigations and sub-navigation. Now, what we are doing here in this stage where we are seeing a drop-down and sub-drop-down, This is where we are telling the system, we are giving instructions to the website that the product which I'm uploading has to be showcased in this navigation. So, for example, you are a ethnic wear manufacturer, you are a ethnic women ethnic wear manufacturer. So, in that case, you'll select fashion apparel and fabric, and you'll select women ethnic wear, and the system will know that this product has to be displayed in women fashion apparel and fabric and women ethnic wear, right? So this is where in a more physical sense you are telling or giving instructions to the system that display my website in this place or show it in this shelf on the store, right? So that is the type of instructions you are giving to the system using this category and subcategory. Another benefit of using this category and subcategory is you'll know there's a HS code field available here, and as an exporter you are expected to add a HS code here because one of the search feature available on Indian Business Portal is search by HS code, and it is a popular activity also which is done by international buyers. When they are searching for a product, they typically search by HS code. So if they are searching by HS code and if you have not added the HS code, then there's a possibility that your product may not appear. So that is why it is recommended that you select the HS code. And the moment you'll select a category and subcategory, you'll notice that the HS code gets pre-populated. However, it is editable. So if you feel the HS code is not accurate, you can change that as well. All right. So this is something I thought of sharing with you. The other details are fairly uh, explained in fairly great details. We'll just skip through that and we will quickly go to the end. So the entire product upload is explained in a very detailed manner. So once you have uploaded the product, on the top of the screen, you'll see there is a home or hut shaped icon. You have to click on that, which will navigate you to the home screen. On the home screen, you'll see there's a big unpublished button or a big button in gray color which says unpublished. You click on that and that will publish your store, and that is where you have completed your online store creation process. However, your task is not yet over. So you have just completed the process, but the remaining steps remains. For that, or to explain the remaining steps, I will be using or I'll be taking you to the demonstration account, which I showed to you earlier. Now we will be accessing the seller panel or control panel. How do you do that? So you click on online store, which open the seller panel. This is the seller panel of this demonstration account, and this is the front end view. I'll just quickly open the front end view as well. This is how it appears. It is loading up. This is how it appears on the front end. Now, about the remaining steps, once you have created your digital catalog, obviously the next step is to add the remaining product or services. And go to the product section. If you don't have a very large catalog, you can just use the add product, or you can upload them in bulk. So that is the next step or immediate next step that you have to do. After that, you have to go to store settings and then click on store details, and there's a about our export page. Here you have to fill in all the required information. For example, you have to specify whether you're a FIEO member or not. You have to input your IEC code and you have to verify it. You have to select the legal entity type. When did you start your business? What type of business operations you are into, manufacturing, or you are a merchant. If you are a manufacturer as well as a merchant, you can select that, and you have to specify whether you're an MSME, export turnover of previous 3 years, and in case you're a startup, you can select this option less than $10,000, and then countries you have already exported to. In case you haven't exported to any country, you can just leave it blank. Countries you would like to export to, number of employees, license and certificate. This is where it is crucial that you should add your license and certificate so that it increases the credibility or trustworthiness quotient of your business. And international buyers, when they are looking at your business, they feel more confident. They get this feeling that it is a genuine business. Then you have to add a little brief about why should someone do business with you, or in advantages and innovation, input boxes, and then you have option for specifying what type of proposals you are interested in. This is also multi-select, so you can select more than one option and then click on save. So this is the step number 2 after creating your digital catalog. One is obviously to upload your product. Second is come here, input this field or input all this information. The step number three is you have to work on making your digital catalog beautiful. How do you do that? So for that, go to My Store. In the left navigation, again, you see there's an option called My Store. Click on that. And then you have the theme section. You can go to themes and you can select various themes in case you would want to change. And then you have store preview. For using that, you will be able to change banners. I'll just open that very quickly. So there will be these yellow dots. Using that, you can change the banner or you can customize the color scheme so you can make it look presentable. So that is the third step. Once you are done, once you have added all the products, you have updated the about our export page, and you have also made your digital catalog good looking. You have worked on the presentability of it. The last step is to request for mapping with the Indian Business Portal. How do you do that? So if you go to the home screen of your digital catalog, click on this home or heart shaped icon and scroll down. This is where you'll see there's an option which says link your store with Indian Business Portal, and you have to click on send a request. You'll see the store URL and store name is pre-populated, and you will have your IC code which you have added earlier pre-populated here. In case it is not added, you can add it, and then you have to agree and then click on submit request. But before you do that, before you submit the request, this is where there are certain do's and don'ts for listing on Indian Business Portal. Please review them and also watch this video. This is where we have linked a video. It helps you understand what are the mistakes which can prevent your business from being showcased on Indian Business Portal, and how can you fix those mistakes as well. So it is not just telling you these are the mistakes which can prevent you. It is also sharing with you the solution for those mistakes. So please do review this video before submitting your request. Once you have submitted your request, within 3 to 5 working days, your business will be reviewed. And if everything is okay, your business will be mapped to Indian Business Portal. Your products will start appearing on Indian Business Portal. In case there's an issue, it will get rejected. You will get a notification email as well as on the seller panel. It will start appearing that your business has been rejected with a reason. So it is not like it will get rejected and you'll not know why it is rejected. The reasons for rejection will also be clarified. All right. So this is where I will stop sharing my screen and we will now break into the question answer round. I can see there are few questions which are added. So I will start reviewing them and I'll start answering them. So again, I'm requesting everyone. So if there's a question or if there's anything which is not clear to you, please ask your question or add your question in the Q&A. I can see there's I'm reading out the first question. Obviously, I'll not be reading the question. This is from anonymous attendee. So I'm just assuming that you're all still here. So now, how can you create your digital catalog and how you can start showcasing products, etc., is something that I've already explained in this session. And obviously, the recording of the session will also be shared with you. But how can you start exporting business? That is where I would request if you can drop an email on ibp@fieo.org. I'm sharing that email ID in the chat. So it is accessed and managed by FIEO official, government officials. So they will be able to guide you on how you can start your export business. Next question was about from anonymous attendee also, and this was how you can start showcasing or how you can start listing your product offering on Indian Business Portal. I think that is something which we have already discussed. Next question, Rishabh Singh. I'm confused in selecting the product. So, Rishabh, I'm not sure from your question, it is not very clear what type of confusion you are having with the product. But what I'll request is I'm sharing my contact details with you, so you can drop me an email, and I'll try to get the issue that you're facing addressed. So next question from Lavish Singh, how many products can you add? So there's no limit whatsoever. You can add as many products that you have. Uh, Next question, Adarsh Gupta. So uh, Adarsh ji, FIEO membership and FIEO membership is separate, which you are taking from FIEO. Now, to start showcasing products on Indian Business Portal, you don't need to have a FIEO membership. Obviously, FIEO membership has its own benefits and perks, but it is not mandatorily required. So if you have a IEC code, you can start showcasing your product offering. Now, if you take paid package, so I'm assuming your meaning paid package is related to the online store or digital catalog setup. So that is only limited to the digital catalog setup. It does not include the FIEO membership. FIEO membership is something that you'll be taking from FIEO directly. Next question from Vivek. Vivek ji, the DIY solution which I showed to you is absolutely free. On this is something I'm not just responding to Vivek. This is something I thought of sharing with everyone. So I explained to you there is a process which you can follow to create your own digital catalog, and there are thousands of exporters who have done that, so it is not like it is difficult. But there are business owners who feel that it will be better that we hire a professional and they do it because they'll be doing it in a better way. If you are also feeling the same way, in that case, there is a paid service which is available. You can avail of that service. How do you avail of that service? So there is a link which I'm sharing in the chat right now. You can just go and submit your request, and one of our onboarding specialists will be connecting with you. They'll understand your requirement, and they'll share with you the commercials for that. Next point is from Manav. Thank you, Manav. I am glad that you liked this session. Next question is from Kiran HC. There are two parts to the question. First is the store visible to the importers or international buyers from various countries? So it is on World Wide Web. So anything which is there on the World Wide Web, which is there on the internet, is visible to anyone and everyone, right? So people from any country can see your digital catalog. The second part of the question is, how do we know that from where people are visiting? So there are tools available. It is called Google Analytics. It is a Google's tool, and it is a free tool. So you can easily integrate it with your digital catalog, and it will precisely tell you not only from which country, but which city of that country that person came from. So all that is available. In fact, there are other tools available like Hotjar or Microsoft Clarity, which you can use, and you can even see how the people are interacting with your digital catalog. So all those tools are available, and they can easily be integrated with your digital catalog. In case you are having a difficulty in integrating those tools, you can let us know. We'll be helping you out. So that was those were the questions I can see in the Q&A. I'll very quickly also look at the chat. Uh, I can again see there was the same question from Vivek about making it live on our own domain. So, and Vivek ji, I'm just adding here because I'm getting a feeling that you think people who have taken their website on their own domain, they have taken some different package. No, it is not like that. So even on the DIY package, you can take it live. The paid package which is available is for assisted services, assisted store setup. Uh, I can see there's a comment by Zubain Ullah. Sure. And this is where, again, I'm sharing with everyone. If any one of you is having a difficulty, then you can reach out to us. You can either reach out to our help desk, or I am sharing my email ID here in the chat. So you can drop me an email. I will have one of my colleague connect with you, and we will address. Uh, More importantly, from for Zuminullah. Zubin, just drop me an email with the details of your website, your URL, and your contact number. I will have one of our colleague from the help desk team connect with you, and he will guide you in pointing the domain to our servers and taking it live, taking your digital catalog live on your own domain. Another comment which I can read in the chat is from Bhushan ji, wants to understand what is the cost of the paid package. So Bhushan ji, it depends on your requirements. There's no like fixed thing. So depending on your requirement, one of our onboarding specialists will connect with you. They will understand your requirement and then they will share the commercials with you. In the Q&A, I can see there are three questions. Again, the first one is from Vivek ji. How is it different from India Mart or Alibaba? So India Mart and Alibaba are directory listing websites, and Indian Business Portal is a discovery platform. So obviously, the structure is different, but more from the intent of the platform. Obviously, India Mart and Alibaba are private entities which are created to generate inquiries, leads, and business for themselves, and obviously for their customers as well or their clients as well. Whereas this is a platform which is created by a government entity in collaboration with GlobalLinker to promote export from the country. So the objective of the platform is to promote Indian business so that they can grow themselves and we can have a bigger exporter share worldwide. Next question from Adarji. Adarji, I'm not clear about your question. Marketing promotion is same for free and paid members of store members. And I'm just sharing on what I'm interpreting from your question. So I'm guessing you want to understand that if there is a business that has taken a paid package and there is a business that has created the digital catalog themselves, so is there a difference that the person or the business that has taken a paid package, they'll get some preference on the visibility, etc.? Nothing like that. The paid service which is available is only for the digital catalog setup, right? So instead of doing it yourself, you're hiring someone to do that, right? So you can wash your car. Instead of washing it yourself, you are hiring someone to wash it for you. It is like that. So you are hiring a professional who can do it for you in a much better way, and it is related to that. The entire visibility is based on your performance. So how actively you are engaged on the platform, how quickly you're responding to the inquiries that you're receiving, or how quickly you're processing your orders, what is the cancellation rates, etc. Those kind of parameters has an impact not the paid membership. Next question, anonymous attendee. We have our own existing website. Can we link? The answer is no, you cannot link your existing website. You'll have to create it on the FIEO GlobalLinker platform through the process that I explained to you. And it is done for the purpose of consistency, because understand what we are trying to do here is to create a platform where Indian exporters can showcase their products to international audience, and we are presenting it to an international audience, and we would want to present it in the most beautiful and most professional manners. Now, to have that level of consistency and uniformity of the information, that is where it is crucial that everyone is part of the same structure or same construct. Next question from Mr. Vivek. Does GlobalLinker promote on behalf to fetch inquiries? No, GlobalLinker does not promote, but Government of India does through the various trade trade commissions and embassies and the government infrastructure. Yes, it is promoted by FIEO and through the government efforts. Next question from Mr. Adarsh Gupta. How do we connect the domain? So there's a tutorial video available on our channel. So you can go to YouTube and search for GlobalLinker, and that is where you'll find the tutorial video about how to point your domain. So you can refer to that tutorial video, or you can drop me an email, and I will have one of my colleagues connect with you, and they'll guide you with the process. Next question, anonymous attendee, about FIEO membership. I would request you drop an email on ibp@fio.org, or you can go to FIEO's website, and there you will find the address of nearest FIEO office. You can visit FIEO office, and one of the FIEO official from the nearby FIEO office will guide you about the membership, or you can drop me an email. Drop an email on ibp@fio.org. I've just shared that with you on the chat, and FIEO's officials will guide you where do you have to visit to discuss the membership process. All right, so this is where I'm not seeing any other question, and we have overshot our session by almost 20 minutes. So this is where I think we should conclude the session. All of you already have my email ID. So if any one of you has any further questions, or you would like to seek any further clarification, please do feel free to reach out to me. And also, if you are facing any technical difficulty, then drop me an email along with your contact details, so that I can have someone connect with you and help you with the problems that you're facing. All right. So this is where we will conclude the session for today. Thank you everyone for taking out time and participating in the session. Have a wonderful evening ahead.